Hi, I'm Josh from LCI Paper, and today I want to answer the question, what is the best printer to print metallic cardstock paper? Now I want to talk about 3 different printer types. I want to show you some test printing samples, and then I want to give you a recommendation. But first, with so many printer models out there from all the big names, what if you could eliminate an entire category? What if you could decide, well, I want an inkjet. Well, you know, I think I want a laser, or, well, I want an all-in-one. So what we're going to do first is just touch on the different printer types. First, I want to tell you about laser printers. Toner-based printers produce a sharp, crisp, well-saturated text on metallic finish paper. And there's virtually no drying time. So the sheet is printed, you can actually handle the sheet. Inkjet printers, while they excel at versatility, they're great at photo printing, they can be hit and miss on a metallic surface. The ink from an inkjet printer is wet and it doesn't bond as quickly by any means as a laser printer. So what that means to you is you cannot handle the paper after it's printed on a metallic sheet. Sometimes it needs 24 to 48 hours of drying time. The print result is just not as sharp or crisp. The text tends to bleed a bit. All-in-one printers, essentially inkjet printers with added functionality, sometimes photocopying, scanning, faxing, any number of those extra features. They still have the same limitations as inkjet printers. The text is just not as crisp, and it does tend to bleed on metallic stock. Also, the issue of drying time. You can't just handle the paper when it comes out. You have to resist that urge and let it dry. Although inkjet printers are at a disadvantage, don't rule them out. Some people have achieved great success with inkjet printing on metallic paper. We've achieved some excellent success here. There is an accompanying blog article that I wrote, and you'll find more details about some of the things that I'm going to touch on in this video. You'll find a quote from a customer who prints Stardream metallic paper in particular in her inkjet printer and has great results. One more factor that I'd like to mention before we get to the actual printing tests: thickness, paper density, paper weight. 2 of the 5 printers that I tested cannot accommodate the heavy metallic cardstock that we carry. Now, they do very well printing on lighter weight text sheets, but not the heavy cardstock. So if you want to print heavy cardstock, you've got to check the printer specifications and make sure the printer that you're eyeing can print the paper that you want to print. Now, before we look at the test results, I want to tell you how I tested. It was an even test with 5 different printers, and the same paper was printed in each. This is a lightweight spearmint color Stardream text weight sheet. After the sheets were printed, I used a Canon scanner scanning at 600 dpi, cropped the same section of all the sheets, and showed them to you. And it's in a downloadable PDF file that you can check out. And in the PDF file, we show you the finest details of the print so you can really pinpoint any printing problems. Just keep in mind, when you look at the printed sheet at a regular viewing distance, most of these printers do a pretty darn good job of printing on metallic paper. In the blog article, as well as checking out the PDF with the close-up images that I mentioned, you can also read a summary of the performance of each of the 5 printers that we tested. And I did assign an editor's pick. It was the Canon Pixma IX7000. It was our winner at about $190 street price. Wide format printing is something that usually costs a lot more. So we like the value, we like the overall printing on metallic paper. So you've got a lot of versatility there. With 3 different paper input trays, there is a bit of a learning curve, but we feel that the savings and the quality is worth the extra effort. With the hundreds of home printers that are available out there from all the big manufacturers, we really hope that this article has provided you with some insight on what to factor in when looking at printers. We hope you'll be able to test some of these printers and just come away being able to make a better decision whether you're buying a printer or whether you have a printer that you can use when it comes to printing on metallic specialty paper, both text weight sheets and cardstock. If you have any questions at all, though, please do contact us. We'd love to hear from you. We enjoy being able to help you.